Namaste, hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. I trust I'm coming in loud and clear. I'm not here for very long. I'm about to host a healing event on my YouTube channel. So I've just stopped in for 10 or 15 minutes to share some guidance for Tuesday and Wednesday. So good morning to you. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It is Tuesday the 28th of May here at exactly 8:44 a.m. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. It's your support that helps me be able to do my work full time, so I'm very, very grateful. So thank you. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing, shock horror, is using my combined Animal Kingdom Oracle cards with my Speed of Light Oracle cards. And I'll be looking for the best card for Tuesday the 28th of May, then the best card for Wednesday the 29th of May, and then the best card for the theme for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance or readings here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So just take on board what feels right, what resonates, what makes sense, what fits into your life easily, and let the rest go. So let's get straight into it because I don't have a lot of time. So I'm about to host a healing event, a personal healing event for a few of my Temple of Balance patrons. So with Patreon, there's different sort of rewards at different pledge levels. It's a bit like sort of, it's not really a donation, it's more like an exchange of services or exchange of whatever it is that's at that pledge level. So at the $50 pledge level you receive a few things below it, so everything that's below the $50, plus you have access to the personal healing event. So that's coming up in about 15 minutes on my YouTube channel if you want to come over and connect. So it is personal for specific people, but you can still connect and watch if you want to. So I'm looking for the best card for Tuesday, the 28th of May. So Tuesday, the 28th of May, and I trust that the best card will find its way to the top of the deck based on the way I choose my cards, which is to shuffle, split the deck, and take the top card. So we've got a Speed of Light Oracle card, and it's this. For Tuesday, Scattered, card 13. Actually, I'm quite surprised now I sit here and look at this card that it hasn't come up sooner. So, very interesting. So, it's card 13, Scattered, and it says overwhelm, confusion, concentrate, and plan. So, basically, on Tuesday, there's probably going to be, or feel like, if we haven't already been feeling it, this kind of unruly, scattered, sort of ungrounded energy that might feel a bit uncomfortable. And the reason it feels uncomfortable is because it's new energy actually coming in. So as we've cleared a lot of, it's almost like a foundational, it's almost like our foundations have cracked recently and the ground is moving. And we're sort of trying to hold upright on the moving ground and making sure we pick the most solid foundation as our as our foundations rise and fall, as things that we've built, things that we've done, things that we've worked on for some time in our life begin to crumble and other areas begin to rise. So there's a very big, like an unpinning, a shifting that's taking place. So as that old foundational, more solid energy starts moving and pushing and pulling and transforming and leaving and coming, you know, all this stuff that's coming in, it's actually bringing in new energy. So this energy, the scattered, is a little bit more like wind or comets, or, you know, not a solid energy like concrete or dried earth. It doesn't feel as solid or physical as that. It feels a little bit lighter, like winds or cosmic comet tails that are sort of sweeping around us, which is new energy coming in. So basically what I'm saying is, as we stand on our unstable ground, as we try and find stability and balance just in our everyday moments at the moment, there is a feeling of probably almost overwhelm that's flicking in or floating in or flying by or coming into our space. And that actually is disguising itself. It's the new energy disguising itself, pretty much, is what I'm feeling. So as we become more stable in our physicality, in our physical body, in our physical life, we'll probably see that this energy that's coming in that we may feel overwhelmed by is actually bringing in the new energy behind it. So there is a positive side to this scattered card. We may not quite feel it yet. We may not quite feel it on Tuesday. The new energy that's coming in behind the overwhelm and behind the scatteredness. So what we might find it best to do is just take one moment at a time and just make a doable plan, a doable list that we can accomplish today or accomplish tomorrow that's not overloaded, and just the simple tasks that are necessary, and then anything that's not necessary that we feel inspired to do, we can feel that in our in-between moments. So it's really important now not to let our head, our mind space, make things worse than what they really are and blow things out of proportion and further into overwhelm. So I trust it sort of makes sense. It sort of feels like a bit scattered, the information, but I guess we just need to trust in the bigger picture. And even though we may feel a bit uncomfortable or a little bit scattered or a little bit ungrounded on Wednesday, that there is new energy that's coming in behind this current feeling that we feel. So that's scattered. Let's concentrate as best as we can and create a doable, simple plan that we can just tick off and see down on paper or see down on something so we can get it out of our head space. So very mental energy coming through for Tuesday. So I trust that makes sense. We'll find out, won't we? So now I'm looking for the best card for Wednesday, the 29th of May. And the best card for Wednesday is an Animal Kingdom Oracle card. And it's the Nautilus, card 39. The Nautilus says, break negative patterns. We're being encouraged on Wednesday to break negative patterns and avoid going back to them. So really recognising our negative habits, the patterns that we've gotten into, the bad habits that we may have picked up with our negative thinking, or maybe physical habits that we've been meaning to break or change, that we've been thinking about. It feels like Wednesday is very supportive to break these habits and patterns. It's a bit like cracking this shell that's been put up around us. So maybe we fell into a negative pattern or a downward spiral or a bad habit that we may have picked up that was actually part of putting a shell, a defense around us to protect us, so we didn't have to maybe look at something deeper, or just created more of a security, a safety around us. You know, the thing that comes to mind is the emotional weight that we do tend to build in our body to hide how we feel emotionally. And that emotional weight that we may put on is almost like a barrier between our inner soft, mushy, emotional side and the outer world that we're trying to protect ourselves from. So there may be a weight thing too, especially if you feel like you've been gaining emotional weight and creating a barrier between this inside and the outside world, and that weight is a barrier. So it could be more of an energetic barrier or boundary or shell that we've put up, or it could be quite physical. So this will be something probably for us to explore. There's a feeling here that Tuesday, the uncomfortable feeling, the ungroundedness that Tuesday may bring, might bring some of these things to the surface and actually reveal our insecurities and the bad habits that we may have gotten into. And what we determine as a bad habit will be up to us to work out. So it's something for us to recognise, because then when we recognise it, we have the power then, if we want to make changes if other people point it out and we think, oh yeah, well maybe I am gaining a little bit too much weight, or maybe this is a bad habit, but we're basing that on what other people are telling us, then we're not going to really feel like breaking that habit or that pattern within our own heart. So it's something really that we need to determine ourselves and recognize that, hey, maybe this is a bad habit that I've gotten into. Hey, maybe I am eating emotional comfort food because I feel insecure about myself. These types of things for us to discover and establish ourselves will actually mean a little bit more, is the feeling here. So that's Wednesday. So interesting already. Let's see what the theme card is. I do have to go quite quickly because I'm supposed to be hosting another event in 6 minutes. So before I pull the theme card, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. If you want to learn more about me and the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. So thanks so much for watching. Now the theme card will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's see. Now, of course, this is a guide only, so you might not be feeling this stuff, and that's totally fine. So just flow with what you feel and what's right for you. And just think of this as a guide only, a support, hopefully. So Speed of Light Oracle, it doesn't matter that it's upside down. And it's a featured card, but this one we don't pull an extra card for. It says the featured card for this is to meditate, reflect and ponder. This is the Koala, card 52. Haven't seen him for a while. In fact, I haven't seen all of these 3 cards for quite a while. It says ponder, slow, quiet, grandfather and wait. There's a grandfatherly feel to this. So if there's a grandfather energy that's strong around you at the moment, either in spirit or in the physical, then that's an important energy to connect with, perhaps for some of us. So whatever your grandfather figure represents for you. But this brings a general, almost muting a little bit the intensity of what I was talking about specifically for Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's kind of adding a little bit of a quiet tone to Tuesday and Wednesday. We may feel a bit slow moving. We may, for whatever reason in our physical body, not feel particularly active. We may feel a little bit more active on Tuesday rather than Wednesday with that scattered energy that may sort of push us a little bit. But there's a general sense here of quiet, of calm, of slowness. So this will be a great time to catch up on rest if we need to let our body heal and mend, to reflect, to ponder, to perhaps make a list so we don't get too overwhelmed with what our mind thinks we have to do, but keep perspective there. And we may find we just want to stay around or hang out in our home or in our comfortable place over Tuesday and Wednesday, a place where we feel safe and comfortable. This is especially important for those of us who are feeling a bit insecure or are having our insecurities, our sort of bad habits or our the negative patterns come to the surface. We may find it best to deal with that quite privately and quite quietly. So we might want to meditate, get out our journal, do a bit of writing, get out our healing tools and explore what those insecurities are and how we might be able to tackle those so we can clear them out. So in general, a sense of calm, quiet, time for pondering, time for resting over Tuesday and Wednesday. This won't be the whole 48 hours. This is just in general over the Tuesday and Wednesday time period. So that's the koala. So that's that. So thank you so much for connecting. I'm going straight over to my YouTube channel now to host a healing event for my patrons. So I might see you over there. It's just Temple of Balance on YouTube if you want to come along. If you're available, I'm going to be doing that for about an hour. So I might see you there. If not, I might see you next time. So thanks so much for connecting. Have a great couple of days. And I will be back to share with you again very soon. So thank you and namaste. Bye for now.